after shock and awe in Iraq, I went to meet with the general at the Pentagon. I said, you've got to bring in women now. They are so invested in having peace because of the cost to their children. They're your best allies on the ground. And this wonderful general, so polite, poured me some coffee, and he said, oh, Madam Ambassador, thank you so much for coming by, and it's been a wonderful hour with you, and we will be sure after we get the place secure, we'll be able to think about women's issues. And I thought, what are you talking about? This is not cervical cancer. This is security. I was ambassador to Austria, and right next door, Yugoslavia was falling apart, and there was a genocide going on. And I was tormented trying to figure out how to intervene. So I hosted negotiations, 14 days, and it wasn't until I walked into the room at the White House where the peace agreement was going to be signed, and I thought, holy cow, this is a room full of suits, and I didn't realize that there were no women involved. I was invited then to go to Rwanda a few years after the genocide. And I looked around and said, how did these women come to be eventually 64% of the parliament? Like, no place in the world is near that. Rwanda is a case where women have in fact come in and waged peace, and they have so much to teach us, not just people in conflict, but the United States. This was not a women's movement by design. It was organic. It grew out of the necessity. When you have so much suffering in a conflict area, usually it's the women who are more sensitive to what's happening on the ground. I mean, like in Colombia, it was the women involved in the peace talks who insisted that victims would be at the table. It might be a minority group, it might be people from a certain area of the region. I mean, that's the beauty of it, that the women, perhaps because they've been outsiders, they look for other outsiders to be there. We've got the research now. When women are significantly involved in a peace talk, there's a much greater chance that that peace agreement is going to last. My name is Swanee Hunt, and this is my brief but spectacular take on how women wage peace.